Hey everyone, today on Driving Through Life by Lost Socket Garage, we're going to be getting back in the truck and we're going to be doing Suede on the center console. Stay tuned.
In a world full of cheap coilovers, tow hooks, and eBay turbos, one man set out to create a channel to educate, motivate, break things, fix those things that he broke, but most importantly, make the mistakes so you don't have to. Join him as he goes driving through life.
Today I wanted to get back into the truck and I am going to be doing suede and vinyl on the center console as well as the shifter. So I needed to do a little bit of repair on the center console around the stereo, the double din that I put in last time, because when you put in a double din, it requires a little bit of, the kit itself requires a little bit of trimming. And you can check out that video here. What I want to do is I slipped up when I was dribbling a little bit, so I want to do a little bit of a repair to the center console. And I want to make it look a little bit more awesome-er. So what I decided to do was actually wrap it in suede, number one, and number two, do some trim pieces that I haven't really decided yet which ones I'm going to do. But I'm going to be doing some trim pieces in some red satin vinyl. Go Utes. Here's the catch though. I don't really know what I'm doing. I've done vinyl before, okay? So I've done vinyl quite a few times. I've done some different dashes, etc. I've never done suede though. So after a little bit of research and some YouTube, we're going to get after it. We're going to see how it goes. I've done quite a bit of research. Now, a lot of you will hear suede, or you'll hear more predominantly, you'll hear Alcantara. Now, Alcantara is a really nice fabric that you're going to find in like a lot of race cars, higher end cars. The dashes are going to be Alcantara. For Subarus, you can buy like shift boots and steering wheels and all sorts of stuff made out of Alcantara. It's basically the same thing as suede. Okay, it's a polyester / polyurethane mix. Basically, it's a microfiber. Okay, now suede is the general term. Alcantara is going to be more of kind of a brand, and I don't remember who really coined Alcantara, but Alcantara is a company, and they actually manufacture a special blend of suede that comes out of like Sweden or Norway or someplace really, really fancy. The thing is you don't have to buy Alcantara. You can actually just go to the fabric store. You can go to your local interior design store. There's a place out here that we got this suede from. And I don't remember the name of it. But I got 3 yards of suede. I got some adhesive. And then I did get some vinyl that we're going to be trimming around the dash as well. Like I said, I got to figure it out. What's really interesting about today is I don't really know how it's going to work. This is my first time doing suede, so you're going to come along on the journey with me. Now, the first thing that we have to do is we have to take the dash out of the Dodge Ram, again, and the center console. Now, funny thing about the center console, it's got this chrome piece around the shifter that if you're driving into the sun will come down, hit the chrome piece, and it will shine up in your area and fucking blind you. So what I want to do is I want to take that chrome piece and either put it in suede or vinyl and then do a nice suede on the rest of the dash. Now, what we're going to be doing when we take out the dash, we've taken out the dash before, and again, you can find that video right here to actually put in the stereo. So I'm not going to get too in-depth with how to take out the dash again. If you want kind of a reminder, you can take a look at the video and watch. But here's a real speedy run through on how to take out the dash in the center console.
Hey, you watching the video. If you like it, like and subscribe.
So we're going to pop the chrome piece that pops in right around here. Already did this, so I took it in the garage, but you take the chrome piece out, pop, pop, pop. And use one of these or one of these, helps a lot. Pop the chrome piece out. Then after that, you're basically going to use the same thing and pop this outer piece. This just pops right out, okay? Next step, and I'll speed through this because you know, it's another video. But these are 2 torque screws. Going to pop those 2 out. And then this piece pops off right here. And there's going to be another torque screw behind this that we're going to take out as well. And then that should all pop on out very cleanly just by pulling. And we can also, again, use our pry tool. One thing I did want to fix, though, is when I was putting this stereo in, I had to cut the dash a little bit. So I don't really know how I'm going to do it yet, but you see that it's kind of uneven. So before I take this out, I think I'm actually going to tape this off a little bit, and I'll show you how I do it. I'm going to tape this off and see if I can't get some plastic repair, plastic Bondo, and clean these edges up just a little bit. What I did was just took some painter's tape and trying to kind of square off the edges here a little bit to make it a little bit cleaner, give it a cleaner look around the stereo. And then what we're going to do is we're going to turn this over. Let's see, good turnover look. Okay, and all the buttons, everything just snaps in. So we're going to go through and we're actually going to take out, we might take out the vent. We'll probably end up taking out the vent. We'll take out all of the controls, the HVAC controls, etc., to give us a lot more of a clean area to work with. Okay, now that we've taken all of the buttons and the vents, etc., out of the center console, obviously one of the first steps that we're going to take is we're going to clean this really, really good. Now, taking a look, again, here is the tape, so that if I turn this over, for you, you're going to be able to see the outline on the tape right here of the corners that I want to fix. And what I've decided to do is just use a JB Weld plastic Bondo on it. And so we're going to mix this up on a little piece of cardboard. We're going to fill in where you can see the tape right now. It takes about a half hour to actually firm up, so it's not going to be too long. We can prep the other surfaces while doing so. Once this has cured and is good, we're going to clean the whole front of this, and then we're going to start on the Suede process. So I finished applying the JB Weld for plastic, and that piece is just drying over there. In the interim, we are going to start off doing our suede work on this piece, which is actually what goes around the shifter. Now, I cleaned the hell out of it using a mixture of Goo Gone, as well as this cool little plastic wheel that my neighbor gave to me after he saw my debadging video, which you can see in the corner of that screen. Debadging the truck, this little wheel would have been a real plus, because what you do is you just get the surface essentially wet, put some Goo Gone on it, and put this on a drill, and it actually just takes all the sticky stuff right off. Would have been nice to know. But, so I use those two things. I clean this up real good. So the first step is I'm actually going to measure these two pieces out with my Suede. Yay, pretty. Boogie, boogie, boo. Here's a Suede I got. He's so soft. So nice. But I got 3 square yards of it, which is way too much for just the center console and stuff. But I got extra just in case this video actually goes well. And I want to do it on the GOAT, or if I want to do it on the WRX, if the wifey likes it. Same place I actually got this high temp. Bonds to metal or plastic. This stuff is really, really very, very good. High temp is important because this stuff's going to be out in the sun, and you don't want like your dash that gets constant sunlight for the glue to melt and it start peeling away. So we're going to measure it up on this. We're going to cut it, and we're going to start spraying glue just on one side here. You'll notice that my tape is not fucking sticking. You'll notice that I went straight to the corner. There is a little bit of a valley here that is going to serve as my cutting spot. So I want to make sure that this is a straight line with my tape. Now, another thing I got, just Amazon, super, super cheap. I just got a vinyl cutting kit, which comes with a very, very sharp blade, a couple extra blades. This is a long cutter for vinyl. And then it comes with this pick tool that's going to serve really well to fit down in the cracks. This is going to work for vinyl as well as it's going to work for the Suede. And also a couple of applicators. I like these because it's got the kind of foamy on the outside, so it's not going to scratch vinyl or scratch Suede or anything like that. So let the time lapse begin. Okay, so after that time lapse, you can see I laid it down. There was a lot of cutting, a lot of tucking involved. This crease right here I drew with my fingernail, and then I actually used this to really push it down in there so that I could make the cut right along this crease. Now I can't take the excess completely off the front side yet because it's attached to the tape, and we still have to do this other side. All right, so I really pulled all of the cloth very tight. Made sure that these little grooves, because this is actually what the chrome piece, the tab snaps into like this. So I made sure to tuck this in very, very tightly. And honestly, it's patience. It's a lot of patience, a lot of cutting. So I'll show you the back. I mean, there's a lot of excess glue here, but I don't really care. So it's stretch and then make sure that you pinch right along this line and make sure it's very, very sealed so it's squished into the glue. And then just start cutting off the excess. There are a couple of times where I needed to make relief cuts, like, let's see if I can focus in here. So right here, the corners, I had to make relief cuts. Right along the inside corner here, just make little relief cuts. And don't worry, this stuff takes, so that stuff takes, you need to let it set for 5 minutes. So I put a thick coat on, let it set for 5 minutes, put a light coat on, and then I put a light coat on the actual fabric itself. And you need to make sure that you don't oversaturate it because it can actually seep through. You can see kind of a little bit of an example right here of that. Luckily, it's on this side, the scrap side. But pushing down, I'm trying to zoom in there a little bit. Okay, so right there, you can see there was a little bit of excess glue in that area, so it actually soaked through. But overall, this part of it looks really, really good. So I'm gonna go ahead, be very, very careful. I'm gonna spray this to make sure not to get any glue on that suede because that would suck ass. One coat, let it set for 5 minutes. Another light coat, let it set for a minute, and then throw a light coat on the piece that I end up cutting for it. I'm gonna lay this side and make all the cuts, tuck it all in. This glue is actually supposed to dry for like 24 hours for it to be completely settled. You're supposed to be able to make changes and like take the glue off basically with a little bit of heat within about half of an hour. But I'm pretty happy with that side, so I'm going to replicate, do the same thing on this side. I'll be back to you after I'm done taking all this off and give you a finished product on the shifter console. All right, final product. I have the trim on just to kind of give you, I mean, it just pops right off, right? But just kind of give you an idea. Now the trim, chrome trim is going to be that satin red. I'll show you that here in a few minutes. But honestly, I mean, I think it turned out pretty damn well. It feels great. I'll give you an idea of what the back looks like and the tucking and cutting. A lot of tucking, a lot of cutting. Again, just be patient. Start off with more than you need. Then tuck it, fold it, cut it. This piece went really well. The next piece, the middle piece, that's going to be a little bit more of a pain in the ass. Reason being is this is a very long port. It's a little corner. I don't really know how I'm going to do that, but I guess we'll find out. So what'll happen here is this will all be the suede, and then the middle is going to be our vinyl. I don't know if we're going to get to the vinyl today. We might actually do that in the next episode. But as you can see, that plastic filler, that JB Weld that I used, filled in the spots. I don't care the color because we're going to have vinyl over it, right? But yeah, that JB Weld really filled in that corner, and I just trimmed a little bit of it off. So hopefully that's going to look a little bit cleaner, especially with the vinyl over top.
All right, that's it for today. In the next episode of Driving Through Life by Lost Socket Garage, we're going to put some vinyl on the center console and wrap up the truck, put everything back in and see how it looks. If you enjoyed the content that you saw today, if any of the tips, tricks helped you, or if you just think I'm funny looking, hit that like, hit the subscribe button for more awesome content. Much, much more to come. Support the show by going to LostSocketGarage.com. Pick up a nifty Lost Socket Garage t-shirt We also have a Facebook store. Follow us on the Instagrams, the Facebooks. I don't know. I don't have a MySpace. I didn't really see a point, so I don't have one of those. But still, got a website, all that jazz. Check it out. Until next time, do what you love. Be happy. Don't be a dick. And as always, keep on driving.